to Dan Brown's universe.
Hey world, and welcome to the rapid fire lightning round question answering episode. For those of you who don't know, every 10 episodes of Dan Brown's Universe, I do this thing where you guys, the viewers, submit via commenting on the videos questions for me to answer. I pick 100 of those, and I just answer them. So then, without further ado, let's do this thing.
If you could pick any name in the universe except Dan Brown, what would your name be?
The reason I like my name so much is that it's just 2 syllables. Dan Brown. Something 2 syllables.
Steve Jobs.
Sure.
What do you do when you're bored?
Jerk off.
What does Dan Brown like to put on his waffles, pancakes, and French toast?
Pancakes and waffles with chocolate chips inside them. Delicious.
What's your favorite thing in the whole world?
My viewers.
I knew you were going to say that. Do you believe in the theory that although we call colors by their correct names, what color we see actually varies from person to person?
I'm not sure that I think it's true, but I have definitely wondered that before.
If I was to meet you, could I hug you?
Of course!
If you had to, would you rather be blind or deaf, and why?
I would rather be blind. I think I could get around while being blind and using my ears.
Are you geeked out about the Pogapalooza 6 show in a few weeks?
Yes!
Are you gonna be there for the 22nd in Oakland?
The 20... Oh, like the 22nd of the month. I thought they were talking about like the 22nd Pogapalooza. Yeah, I'll totally be there!
If you could be reincarnated as an animal, insect, or thing in your next life, what would you be?
I'm gonna tentatively say narwhal. They're the unicorns of the ocean. Although actually that thing is not really a horn, it's actually a tooth. Did you know that?
No.
Do you know what a narwhal is?
Yes.
Okay.
What's the craziest thing you want to do but are too afraid to do it?
Your mother.
If you had a dragon, what would you name it?
Gerald.
Who is your favorite cartoon character?
Lemmywinks.
What would you do if you found out you were pregnant?
Panic.
Who is your favorite Disney character?
I'm gonna go with tentatively Wally.
Do you have any collections? If so, what do you collect?
I collect plastic spoons.
Really?
Yeah. Here they all are.
That is the most random thing you've ever pulled out of your closet. What was your favorite snack in China?
Definitely the Lay's potato chips that were blueberry flavored.
Which would you rather have? Teeth instead of eyebrows above your eyes, or hair instead of teeth in your mouth?
That's disgusting. I'm gonna go with the teeth instead of my eyebrows because I think that like having hair in my mouth would get in the way of speaking.
And eating.
That too.
What is your most Republican view on any topic?
Abortion? I'm not like crazy pro-choice, so that's what I'm gonna go with.
How many stamps do I need to send something like a piece of paper from New York to Lincoln, Nebraska?
You probably just need 1 stamp if it's the right kind of stamp.
Without looking it up on the internet or asking someone for help, can you tell me what color a mirror is?
A mirror is whatever color it is reflecting. Brains. I got brains.
What would look better in a pink suit? A cantaloupe or watermelon?
Oh, watermelon, easy.
Do you prefer cheese in chunks or slices?
Well, it depends on what I'm eating the cheese with. If it's with crackers, probably chunks, but if it's on a sandwich, I prefer slices.
How awesome are you?
I think it's safe to say I'm at least a little bit awesome.
Are you Jewish?
No.
What is the color of your underwear when you're making this video?
Light blue.
If you could go to McDonald's, KFC, Burger King, or Wendy's, where would you go?
Let's go with McDonald's. It's just, it's the biggest and the baddest.
Who would win in a tag team battle? Superman and Bruce Lee, or Chuck Norris and Wolverine?
It would definitely be Bruce Lee and Superman, because I think Superman would beat Wolverine in a fight, and I think Bruce Lee would beat Chuck Norris in a fight, so there's really no doubt.
Will you do another Christmas special?
It may not be exactly the same as last year's Christmas special, but I'll probably definitely do another Christmas special of some sort.
Why are tomatoes fruits?
There's some law, there's some reason that tomatoes, they're legally in the US vegetables, even though they are technically fruits because they are the ovaries of a plant. Yeah.
What's your favorite episode of DBU?
Well, it depends. I mean, I like different episodes for different reasons, but it would definitely be something from season 2, I think.
Who is your favorite philosopher?
You are, David.
When you move, are you going to put all the stuff on your wall back up?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm definitely going to keep the stuff, and yeah, I think I'll probably put it up, but it won't look the same, obviously, because I don't think that it would be possible for me to duplicate it exactly.
In what ways do you position your hands on the steering wheel when you drive?
Down at the bottom, sometimes I just drive with my knees, though.
Why is Australia referred to as the land down under? Who says Australia is on the bottom?
Australia is on the bottom, not because of any fault of Australia's, but just because, America is on top.
Do you think they will ever stop making Simpsons episodes?
Yes.
What was your most embarrassing moment?
I was with your mom the other night, and just, I couldn't, no.
What did you name the hippo/caterpillar you bought at the Chinese airport?
I named it Mao Mao. Mao Mao, it means fuzzy in Japanese, and it was named by one of our Chinese helpers on the trip. Did I say Japanese?
What pets do you have, if any?
I have 2 dogs, Ani and Nutmeg, and they're awesome.
If you could meet anyone from the distant past, who would it be and why?
Your ancestors, to see if their foreheads were as big as yours.
Respect the forehead. Which of your brothers is more annoying?
Oh, definitely my older brother. He's more annoying.
What's the most gangsta thing you've ever done?
I hijacked a car and I killed the driver.
Really?
Yeah. Have you never played Grand Theft Auto?
What is your favorite ice cream?
I like Moose Track stuff, like with chocolatey chunks in it. That's really good.
Do you like Harry Potter so far?
Yeah, it's not bad. I like it. It's good series, definitely.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Kind of. I mean, a little bit, yeah, maybe. I mean, Vanessa Hudgens was taking those pictures for somebody.
What would be the strangest thing that you personally think you have put on your wall?
Definitely the underwear.
Dan Brown doesn't believe in God?
Is that
It was how it was worded.
Is that a question?
Well, it had question marks. What would you do if the North Pole melted?
We need to be clear here. There's a difference between the North Pole and the polar ice caps. The North Pole itself is just a geographical point on the globe, and so if it melted, that would probably mean that like the Earth itself was melting. So then I'd probably die.
Why doesn't David do vlogs anymore?
Because he's lame.
Aren't humans 11-dimensional beings?
It's possible.
Do you have any major role models?
Well, I mean, I have all sorts of role models for all sorts of different things. Politically, a role model might be Barack Obama. For, vlogs, it might be the Vlog Brothers. I mean, I got lots of role models, yeah.
Do you ever get bored of all the flattering emails and comments?
I never get bored of you guys. You guys make my life what it is, and I love you so much for it.
Have you ever had any serious accident like a broken bone?
No, I've never broken a bone.
Why do people say the alarm just went off when it really just came on?
Whoa.
Did you put the porn on the wall?
I did. It's right here, if you can see it.
Hey Dan, what's your favorite/least favorite song in any Guitar Hero game?
My favorite would be Freya by The Sword, and my least favorite would be Yes We Can.
Can you send some...
No, can't do that because that doesn't make sense.
Can you send me some stuff so I can put it on my wall?
No. That was really mean.
Yeah, well, what's the most listened to song on your iPod?
I just checked, and it is TV Song by the Blue Man Group, and the reason for that is because whenever I'm writing like a paper for school, I put on a playlist that I call Thinking Music, and that's the first one on that playlist.
Do you think you're one of the weirdest people in the world?
Yeah, I am certainly above the mean amount of weirdness contained inside of one individual averagely.
In connection with the first I'm Lovin' It episode, in the end you gave the shake to your brother, and I'm just curious what his reaction was.
He loved it.
If you could invent something, as in anything at all, what would it be?
A quarbliolg, and it would do whatever I wanted.
What is the scariest thing you ever saw?
Your mom naked.
What is the stupidest thing you've ever done, but don't regret doing?
Your mom.
Would you rather eat a...
A what?
A what?
What were you about to say there?
Would you rather eat a cat, let a shark give you a blowjob, or die?
Eat a cat.
If you could be any musical note in the world, which would it be and
A
why?
whole note with the fermata over it so I could last as long as I wanted.
Who wears short shorts?
Well, you wear short shorts.
What's your favorite Pokemon?
First generation would probably have to be Hitmonlee, and then other generations I would have to go with Miltank.
Do you get hate mail?
Sometimes.
If you were to discover a planet, what would you call it?
Gerald.
If you could be any mythical creature, what would you be?
A dragon.
Does David have a YouTube channel?
Yeah, he does.
What would be your least favorite way to die?
I think drowning actually seems like it'd be pretty awful. Like if waterboarding is any indication, yeah, it doesn't look like fun.
What are the advantages and disadvantages to having your real name on the internet?
Well, pretty obvious. Advantages, people know who you are, and disadvantages, people know who you are.
If God could give you anything you wanted, anything at all, what would it be?
What was the name of that thing that I had earlier that could do anything? It would be one of those.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Go to the store and buy one.
If everyone in the world was doomed and was going to die, what 3 people would you say?
Okay, Nick, Joe, and Kevin.
Where would you rather live, England or France?
Oh, England.
What would a badger sound like if it was being mauled by hundreds of tiny caterpillars? How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
7.
Would you rather be eaten by a panda bear with rabies or your best friend?
I'd rather be eaten by my best friend, because that way they could at least enjoy it.
When you're at a movie theater, which armrest is yours?
Both of them, because I'm Dan Brown.
Why are you so awesome?
Born that way.
What do you do when you run out of room on your wall?
Move out and get a new wall.
Does Obama rule for swatting that fly?
Yeah. That was almost as impressive as George Bush dodging those shoes.
Have you ever thought of selling your own underwear for a ridiculous amount of money now that you're famous?
I thought about it, but it would have to be for charity.
What are you scared of?
And Coulter.
What is your favorite thing on your wall?
You know, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I think the first thing I was ever sent, this big red foam finger, is just the most perfect thing I've ever gotten for my wall.
If you had a pet llama, what would you name it?
Gerald.
What is the longest your hair has ever been?
Over 11 inches when I shaved it all off to donate to Locks of Love in the 9th grade.
If you were offered to be God for one day, would you take the offer?
Probably not. She seems pretty busy.
What do you think the weirdest thing you've ever done in public is?
Back when I was in the 8th grade, I'd do this thing that I called boxing, but it's not like boxing. I'd get a refrigerator box and just wear it over me and punch out the eye holes and just walk down busy streets here in Lincoln, and that was pretty weird.
What is your favorite gross food?
I'm gonna go with kimchi. It's like Korean cabbage, but they let it like rot a little bit before you eat it, but I actually still like it. It's still pretty good.
If you could be any household object, what would you be?
I'd be a ceiling fan because they have the best view.
You don't live in the Midwest, do you?
Actually, I do.
What is the best yo mama joke you can come up with?
Your mom was so stupid it took her 3 hours to watch 60 Minutes. Oh!
What would you do if you were the opposite sex?
I'd probably date Dan Brown.
How tall are you, Mr. Brown?
6'1".
Would you rather drown in a lake or get suffocated to death by a snake?
What was that? Suffocated to death by a snake. Because I don't really mind snakes that much, and suffocation would be a whole lot more comfortable than drowning.
And finally, how much interest would you have made if you took the current price of a 1-ounce postage stamp, subtracted the number of tires that come with a car, add 1, divide by 2, multiply by 100, and invest that money in a CD that paid 5% for 1 year?
So the current price of a 1-ounce postage stamp is 44 cents. Subtract the number of tires that come with the car, and you would get 40 cents. Or no. There are 5 tires that come with the car because there's a spare. That'd be 39. Then you add 1, which is 40, divided by 2 is 20 cents. Multiply 20 cents by 100. There's decimal 2 places. So that's what? That's $2? No, that's not 2. That's $20.
Yeah.
Invest that in a CD that pays 5% for 1 year. 5% of $20. What? 2? No, $1. $1. So there you go. There were 100 viewer-submitted questions answered by yours truly. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, I'm Dan Brown.
And I'm David.
And
we are out.
Are we doing it at the same time?
I thought that's what
Doing
you
it at the same
said.
time?
You
Okay.
can just do it.
Let's just leave. They know.
All right, whatever. Bye.